Hi everyone, welcome to Good Bad Deadly. I'm Chris King.
Alexander Boyd.
Today we're back. We're back finally. We're doing a deep dive, and today is August 4th, which means that if you guys were up very early today at 7 a.m. Yep, 7 a.m. was today's
It was early.
Microsoft. Yeah, it was really early. I actually woke up at like 6:50 or something like that. So I had like 10 minutes to brush my teeth and stuff, and then get right to watching the actual conference itself. So 7 a.m. was Microsoft's game, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I should say. But Microsoft went today, and there's 3 other conferences we'll get to in a minute, but we're actually probably not going to see this last one because we're not into that, but we'll talk about it in a second. But let's break down Microsoft's Gamescom conference. It was really long. It was about like an hour and a half, I believe.
Yes.
It was like an hour and 30 minutes.
That's with cuts. That's
Yeah.
with cuts, because the actual event, if I remember, is supposed to be 2 hours and a half. So with cuts, it was like an hour and 40 or an hour 32, somewhere around there. Because there was a lot of issues that they had. There was a couple of pauses. Some people forgot what they were gonna say. I don't know if you noticed that one.
Oh no, I was.
Oh yeah, he was reading for the teleprompter, and he was like, and then like there was a cut. There was a jump cut
Yeah.
to him. Was like, okay, now I'm ready. There's a bunch of little cuts with people just talking forever. And if you didn't, have you even noticed, like when we're gonna talk about Halo, like whatever, like it's cutting.
Yeah, there were. You're right about that. Yeah, the audio kind of was syncing in and out and stuff at certain times. But overall, it did play pretty smoothly. It buffered like 2 or 3 times, but overall, it was a pretty interesting conference. It felt very much like its own kind of E3 conference. Maybe this is just me being too technical, but I've never liked the actual layout and design of the Gamescom conference, because it feels like it's a very, very small, dais, like this platform, and the screens are like right behind them.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of weird to me. I never liked the look. And also, they actually opened up this conference with the same E3 Microsoft trailer, which I actually loved.
It
It's
was
the Tomb Raider Master Chief,
Marcus
Phoenix, and it's played to Hans Zimmer's. I forget what the song.
You know what? I heard that too. I was like, this is
from Man of Steel. Sorry,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I was
I
like,
love
this
that song.
sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw this in a trailer somewhere.
It is. Yeah, it's it's the Man of Steel song, which is really cool. I love that that little bit, that little trailer, whatever you want to call it, that intro, I should say. It's actually really, really cool, but it's kind of weird to me that they reused like a lot of the same assets from E3. Even the transitions into gameplay, which was like world premiere, was the same exact ones from E3. But it's like, it's not a bad thing, because it felt just like E3 Part 2.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. But it's later in time.
Yeah.
That's the important
It's me
part.
just being too technical. I'm just like, well, you guys reused this, so it's kind of weird, but I liked it.
And let me actually go back on what I said. I guess it is an hour and a half, because when I was watching it, it also had that beginning part where it's like, please wait for 15 minutes because we're super late. And then afterwards, like, hey, thank you. Let's just show you the screen from the beginning.
Right. The actual show itself was about like
You're right.
like a good hour and a half, but which is long. I think that the best way to watch this, that if you haven't already seen, for whatever reason you probably have, you've already seen the Microsoft E3. The best way to watch is watching together.
Yeah.
I know you don't have time to kill like 3 hours or what have you, but whenever you can, treat them as part 1 and part 2, and that's how we're going to treat it today. We're going to break it down, as this own standalone thing, but this whole lineup, right off the bat, this is pretty much Xbox's 2016 presentation. All these games, virtually all these games, are coming out in 2016. There's a few that will be here this year, which like Forza,
Oh yeah.
but
you know
I
what?
like how you rolled his eyes.
I ignored Forza.
Yeah, I think you were asleep already by what time.
Well, I meant even this one. Even in this one, I was like, okay, this is my time to brush my teeth.
Yeah, exactly. They actually didn't talk about it too much, but they did show some gameplay or whatever. But anyway, so this was a 2016 presentation. So I'm gonna break down the game stuff, and then you're gonna give us, your opinions and all that, because you're our Microsoft Xbox guy. So they started right off the bat with Quantum Break. So Quantum Break has been delayed several times. They have confirmed it for 2016. I believe there's a release date, but I just didn't bother looking for it because I'm probably not gonna be able to play it anyway.
It's gonna get delayed anyways.
Probably again. But they did confirm 3 games we would see today, which was Quantum Break, Crackdown, and Scalebound. We'll get to those. But the first one right off the boat was Quantum Break. So they showed us a gameplay trailer. Let's start with that. It looks probably the best looking game on Xbox so far. Xbox One, you know, I think it looks better than even like Forza 5, and it looks better than.
But Forza 5 has the lights. Come on,
I know.
You want to see the sun bounce off the car?
The puddles that your tires are
there you go.
It does look, from a design standpoint and I almost want to say a cinematography standpoint, like the shots that they use, it looks gorgeous. It looks next gen.
But was there any puddles in Quantum Break?
I think there was raindrops.
Okay.
So which is close enough. But
it'll become puddles.
Probably, hopefully. Maybe in the update. But it does look fantastic. I can't I emphasize enough that this is probably the most, again, like from a visual standpoint, the most next gen game we've seen on Xbox One. You know, it does look absolutely breathtaking. And I can't imagine how it would look, on a really high spec, PC or what have you, without frame rate drops or anything. But okay, so the gameplay itself, they showed much less of the time work here, but much more of the third person shooter kind of aspects of it. It felt
based.
Yeah, very, very cover based, very much like Hitman kind of. I don't know, Sleeping Dogs kind of a Deus Ex, yeah, very well. The interface and the typeface felt very Deus Ex, that's for sure. But yeah, the gameplay. What were your impressions of the gameplay?
Yeah, I was
very
like,
fast paced.
I really miss Time Crisis. So this is exactly what I think of. I was like, I hope they come with a gun, because it actually looked really cool. I was really for that. I think it was Time Crisis. There was a game that you could actually slow down time. That's what I think about. And yeah, overall, I really liked it. It did remind me of a lot of different games. Yeah, like you could see the inspiration in this game.
Oh yeah.
I just can't pinpoint the game, so I guess that's a good thing. It's like it's not copying another game.
No, yeah, it has its own flavor, but definitely inspired by even Watch Dogs. I saw some Watch Dogs in there, that kind of stuff.
Watch Dogs. But yeah, it looks really cool. I actually really like this a lot.
I liked it a lot. It was definitely one of the standout trailers. Definitely a cool trailer to see. But again, my problem is just that we've seen so much. Not even a lot of Quantum Break, but we've seen enough where it's like, okay, at this point I don't want to see any more. Just release the game. Just show us, what are you gonna get when you pre-order this game or what have you. What's the release date itself, that kind of stuff, and just put the game out already. It's been too long already. So the second part that they showed about it, which was really interesting, was the trailer for the actual TV show. Or quote unquote, I don't know if you want to call it a TV show, but the show that's going to accompany the game that apparently will be exclusive on Xbox One. So my assumption is that it will probably be like a sort of show that you'll download from the Xbox Live marketplace, and it will just kind of be there in your Xbox One so you can watch it. I don't think it's going to be inside the game itself. I think that's going to be its own kind of application, where you'll jump into it. And the show, all the season will be there, what have you,
Well, I'm sure it'll be episodic. I'm sure it's like every other week or every week they're actually gonna put it up.
Yeah, it would be cool to have it all together, but I actually think an episodic would be a better idea because it will keep people playing the game longer, and it will also keep people, watching the show longer versus putting it all together. Maybe 10 people will actually watch the show, But I like the idea. Hopefully they emphasize more of it. The trailer itself looked pretty cool, I guess. I'm not sure what the whole story is behind it, but anyway, yeah. So that's Quantum Break.
So here's my joke. So Bobby's in it, and he freezes time. See what I did there?
Iceman.
See what I did there? I did it.
Who is he playing?
It's Iceman.
That's Iceman?
Yeah, that's Iceman.
From the original X-Men also?
Well, it's the same guy. Same guy who's a rogue.
Really?
That's Iceman.
He looked younger to me.
He's freezing time. Oh, he looks the same age as like Keanu Reeves. Never ages. Like, this guy's been the same age as a child.
He looks really. Maybe it's his hair or something, but
he was born that way.
Yeah, one of the X. That's funny. I didn't realize it was him.
Iceman's freezing time.
There you go. Iceman's in it. Hopefully do a crossover there. So moving on. They showed off some Crackdown trailer, if you want to call it that. It was actually really depressing because it was just like they were filming the people working on the game, and that really, really ticked me off. I was like, I just want to see the game. So, but if you got the chance to, I guess, pause the screen a few times, you could see that they're actually playing the game on they're still designing it. Basically, it was pre-alpha footage.
Yeah.
I'll admit, off the bat, it didn't look that good. It looked very 360-esque, from a visual standpoint, from the fidelity standpoint. But I like the colors, that it was very like It seemed like to be placed at night, but there's a lot of bright reds and bright greens and stuff. The gameplay itself, it was like third-person kind of action shooter, which is just like the other Crack. It looked identical to the other Crackdowns, which is good in its own right. The two highlights for me was that they said that there would be multiplayer, a multiplayer forum. They didn't really talk much about it, and that there's a ton of destructible environments.
Yeah, I didn't care about this at all.
Yeah, it was.
It didn't hit me. It didn't
I was really hyped for this game beforehand, like during last year's E3 or whatever, when they actually showed the game off. I'm sorry, the title off. But once they showed this trailer, it just kind of brought me back to like, okay, it's just Crackdown. It's just Crackdown 3. They're picking up where they left off. So if you're a hardcore Crackdown fan, I'm sure you guys are excited. But I don't see this.
All 2 of you in the world.
Yeah, I don't. I don't see this game becoming this like mass AAA kind of experience, you know, whatever. So I don't know. Hopefully they make their money on it, but you know, we'll see. They just didn't show enough. I don't know why they even bothered showing people. They're filming the guy with glasses playing the game the whole time instead of watching the actual game, which is really frustrating. But so there's that. Moving on to more important stuff. Scalebound. They brought out one of the guys from Platinum, and he talked a little bit about it. Sorry, I know I was typing so fast and stuff. But they showed off a really, really cool gameplay trailer. This one I think we're really going to break down. It's pretty much hack and slash combat. I was looking at the map there, and it seems that it's going to be an open world. I don't know if they actually confirmed that, but it looks to be open world. Very, very, you know, kind of Japanese, very like Xenoblade.
Yes.
I saw a lot of Xenoblade in there. The combat itself, you said this immediately, it was very, very DMC.
Devil May,
very,
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, very that aesthetic of Final Fantasy. You're right, but you know, also kind of these weird moves that were very like Bayonetta-esque. So it seems that they're pulling from a lot of these games that they've learned from, and they're pulling it on to here.
Yeah, it was the same creator as Bayonetta, so
precisely. So the first bit of this trailer was actually he jumped off the dragon and he was like talking to the dragon a lot, and then he put on his beats,
just like Dante.
Just like Dante. He put on his beats, and then he started fighting alongside the dragon. So it seems that the dragon will be AI controlled at, I guess, a lot of the time. They didn't actually show combat on top of the dragon, which I was hoping to see, like where you can actually control the dragon itself. I'm not sure if you can do that yet, or if you can even fly around with the dragon, I don't know. But what we saw was AI controlled combat. Showed off his transforming ability, which is like he kind of became. It was very DMC.
Devil May Cry.
Well. Like he has like demon form kind of thing.
I don't like his nails.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but he seemed to be faster, whatever. So again, just you know, it's very DMC. Yes. Again, RPG open world kind of stuff. I noticed that he picked up items. I will say that the weirdest thing to me was that like when he killed one of the enemies, there was like all these little red balls came out. And it was just it's just that the aesthetic of this like kind of Final Fantasy realism, and then this like N64 Banjo-Kazooie stuff where you kill the enemies like and you hear the rings like come out, it's like Sonic kind of stuff. It was kind of weird juxtaposition, but it was cool. It was weird though. It was jarring to say the least. And then after that, they had like a little mini trailer right behind it, which was they confirmed 4-player co-op and holiday 2016. So to me, this is a standalone game. This is a game that I would pre-order day one because hack and, you know, that's my genre. It's hack and slash. I love being able to a game with swords. I'm in, and then 4-player co-op, which is I guess they also have their like beasts there as well, right? So or at least that's my assumption. That's cool, man.
So I'm really hoping
Very cool trailer.
Is customizable, like the character.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because you can't have 4 of the same person.
I know, right? Yeah.
Or 4 of the same dragon.
Because it did actually refer to like that is the main character you control. I think his name is Drew or something like that.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so being able to customize your character or, I don't know, choose a different character or something would be very important. Choosing a different creature as well, I think would be really, really cool. So there's a lot they can do with this game, but...
well, it has to be a dragon, because the thing you have is pretty much grayscale from Game of Thrones.
Well, from the original trailer, I think he, like, touched a different monster and he became, like, a different thing.
I am now, my mind is blown.
Yeah, so that was my assumption, was that, like, there's going to be different beasts or there are going to be different characters, whatever. So I think there's a lot that they can do with
I'm going to get a Cerberus, and I'm going to be a Wolfman.
That'd be crazy. So, I don't know. Again, there's a lot that we don't know about it yet, but on this trailer alone, I'm sold. Like,
I really like this trailer, even though...
You know, although my biggest thing is that holiday 2016, it's a whole year out. Still a good time frame to announce a game. Well, actually, they announced last year. It is way too early, right? way too early to show gameplay. So
I think it should be E3 of next year.
I completely agree. To show off gameplay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so for this game. I really like it. I really hope it's customizable. It doesn't look like you're gonna get anywhere though. I think that's my biggest issue with this, is that it looks like you're just gonna constantly fight a bunch of little people. Then you're gonna get to the big boss battle, which is this giant other beast. And I think that's what you're gonna have to do over and over again.
I think that this game seems to be a lot of we're throwing a bunch of references here, but it's like Drakengard mixed with I guess like DMC.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, we keep going back to DMC.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what this is.
So it's pretty much like that. But it's cool. I think it's a nice game to play for like a month or something like that.
For a month, damn.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't mean to take too long because again, there doesn't seem to be much story. I don't think I'm gonna be visiting towns and shops, and it doesn't seem that hardcore of an RPG. It seems like more like hack and slash, So pretty interesting. Now. They started to get more in the media entertainment kind of thing at this point, but I did write these down because it did stand out to me, and plus, this is what the internet is reporting on, like on front page of Yahoo or whatever. They're talking about this feature right now, Xbox TV DVR, which is like, I guess apparently if you're using the on AirPlay TV, I don't know how that works yet. I don't have like a Mac. I know Mac has been able to do this for a very long time, or iPads, like the AirPlay, right?
Yeah.
Where you send your thing to the Apple TV or whatever, and then it plays on your TV. Whatever that technology is, I haven't gotten there just yet. So I'm assuming it's the same kind of idea behind it. If you have this AirPlay Xbox TV thing, you can actually use the Xbox as a DVR. I'm assuming that means that your TV will be recorded on the Xbox itself.
Yep.
But which is weird because the Xbox games, for instance, can only record up to like 15 minutes. So it's kind of weird. And to be able to record like even an hour's worth of content, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that's definitely a few gigs in itself, So I don't know how that's really gonna work, but they did promote that as a feature. Like, hey, you guys who wanted this media center, like here it is finally,
I think right now is the time to actually do that, because I think that
people are watching their Game of Thrones and they're.
I think where Xbox messed up is that they started with this. Like in the first E3 where Xbox One was supposed to come out, they're like, TV, media, you just need one console. So I think right now is the time to do this. And they kind of just put it in there. Kind of just
It was kind of weird because at E3 they were just games, and at Gamescom they sprinkled in some media stuff.
Which makes no sense.
Gamescom. Precisely, yeah.
Entertainment.
Exactly. Yeah, because even though E3, like, we get all, like, pissy because of whenever someone mentions powers, although that really pisses me off when they do. But it's the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yeah.
So that actually sounds more like where you have bring your media stuff. Like, what are you doing? Whereas Game sounds like you're not going to get away with talking about this stuff. But anyway, people seem to react to it positively. The Xbox TVR. Okay, and then they brought out the new chat pad, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'd actually use it at all, but I mean, it was cool in the sense that they really thought about it, because not only do you have the chat pad, it looks exactly like the 360 one, but they also added like the headphone jack will be there as well. So even though you're replacing the one that's in your controller, they give you a second headphone jack, so you can put that there. They also include like 2 buttons that you can program yourself, which is funny because it's pretty much the PS4 share button. That's what they wanted to say without actually saying it, so they don't get sued. They're like, you can program it to save your screenshots and upload and start your broadcast. I'm like, okay, so share button, that's cool. But it was cute. It was cool. I like it.
I didn't care about it. Is this gonna fit in the Elite controller?
If the other one has a headphone jack, I suppose. I'm not sure, but that's a good question. I don't think that they're going to use the chat pad anyway, though. They're probably, those Elite gaming controllers are probably just for gaming anyway. So, but it's interesting to say the least.
I remember I bought one for 360. I didn't use it.
Yeah, when I was working at that GameStop, we sold so many pre-owned ones. Look, people would buy them and sell them like immediately.
Yeah,
so
had it and threw it out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see, more Xbox 360 games. The backwards compatibility will come out this November. They're gonna add like another list of a bunch of games. That's good, I guess. They should have done this from the beginning, I feel like, but they're getting there. Windows. This is again, they're really pushing Windows 10, and we're gonna save more of that for later because they actually had a Windows 10 representative come and talk more about it, but. This they're touching on this whole symmetry of Windows 10 and Xbox. We're actually using Windows 10 on this laptop right now. I just installed it. I got my free upgrade, which Windows 10 is great. It's I'm not gonna say that it's awesome or anything like that, but it's definitely better than 7 and it's better than 8. So it's great.
Than Vista.
Everything is better than Vista.
Right? Nobody likes Vista.
So it's great. It's not perfection or anything like that, but it is really great. It's really cool, and it's good to see that they're bringing that with Xbox One.
It's no Windows 95.
No, nothing is ever going to be Windows 95,
94,
7 or 98. You know. Anyway, this was cool. This was unexpected. Killer Instinct Season 3 is coming. So that's going to be March 2016. I can't remember when Season 2 came out. I feel like that came out...
That was going to be my joke. I was like, okay, so they're skipping 2 because I don't remember 2 ever coming out.
Yeah, I think Season 2 came out early this year.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. I think they're like on an annual basis right now, or kind of like a you know, half annual kind of basis where they're putting out these new seasons with, I guess it's just new characters. But again, I like the fact that Killer Instinct is just its platform, you know. To my assumption, you're still playing the same Killer Instinct game. I think it just updates. I don't think you're actually buying 3 discs or anything like that. I'm not sure. But I like that it's a platform. There's a lot of DLC characters. This was the thing that everyone was wondering about. Rare is doing something with Battletoads. We knew that. Phil Spencer's been wearing Battletoads t-shirts. They had a Battletoads statue at E3, which
Did they sell it at GameStop?
Well, Battletoads, I know. Well, people are still asking for it, so maybe someday. But they had Rash, which is actually the one I like, because it's the one with the red bands. But he's going to be a downloadable character for Season 3. He's a guest character. A really, really cool use of their property, I would say.
Yeah, it makes sense, too. It fits in the world.
Right? I like that. So that's, you know, here's to saying, you know, Master Chief in there someday. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Or having Cortana there or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting. So
I don't think Master Chief will fit.
I don't think so either because he has a gun, but it'd be interesting. That's what I'm saying, like Cortana or something,
yeah,
someone weird. You know, pretty cool.
Add your own stuff onto there.
Exactly.
They could just be like, oh, it's her Cortana, it's just a shell. And
yeah, give her armors, I don't know, whatever. 9 was the ID at Xbox. The only big game that they really brought out was Bloodstained, which is from the creator of Castlevania. He came out with a whip and everything. It was kind of weird. It showed off a new character, said there'd be crossplay with Windows 10. They showed off some other small games, just really had no interest in. Did anything stand out to you?
Nothing really. Didn't care.
Yeah, I still just want to play Cuphead, so I was like, I don't know what these guys are doing here.
At least you talked about it.
The thing that really bothered me was, I guess I'm going to throw that in here, because I think it'd be a better place to fit. No Inside.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, and which is really, really depressing, because it's like, where is that game? I think you reported on earlier that it was delayed.
It was delayed, right? And no like other date. There's no maybe date. Right. But it was supposed to be, I think, if I remember, spring of next year.
Yeah, spring of 2016. That's what I said too. Between Q1 and Q2. So I don't know. That kind of sucks. This would have been like their last chance to show it off at a really big conference. You know, so it's kind of weird.
It's gonna miss out the advertisement now.
It is, yeah, big time. So we'll see. What's
show the last trailer, like again, just like hey, guys, don't forget.
just in the montage, you know, just kind of throw it in there. But they did it. Not that I really consider that game like an ID anymore because it's so big now, but still, like, this would have been a good place to put it in there right there, you know. So there's that. Okay, so then here's more.
Is it big? Because I'm the only person who's ever talking about it.
Oh well, I mean, it's big amongst the industry. You know, not the mass media, but or mass market, I should say, but the industry itself. That people know that Limbo is like critically acclaimed, and people are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Xbox fans are hyped on Inside, so there's that.
Cool. I need to talk to more Xbox fans.
Exactly.
I know nobody who knows what that is.
Windows 10, Xbox. Okay, so this is where they brought out that representative, like I mentioned before. They showed off that Mojang is bringing out Minecraft for Windows 10. I've heard that Minecraft version is having some problems right now, but they brought it out. So again, what I wanted to emphasize on was, again, this whole like symmetry that they're having with Windows 10 and pretty much every platform, not
really
just Xbox.
Pushing it.
But they're really pushing it. Like right here in my start button, there's the Xbox app right here.
Yeah.
See, so there's the Xbox app. Even though I don't have an Xbox, but it's
sure viewers really love
and look,
this.
and here's Minecraft right there. There's
already the beta.
Minecraft, which is actually really cool to play, and Solitaire. That's there as well.
Solitaire,
for whatever reason. And Candy Crush, which actually makes me mad because I want to take that thing off for sure. But the Xbox app is right there, so it's kind of cool. again, I'm gonna throw this in like right here. I still think that Microsoft should, you know, get rid of these Xbox consoles and just make Xbox the gaming platform of Microsoft. Hence, you know, Windows. You know, like go all in Windows 10 gaming. You know, the Elite controller. You have all these stuff that they're really pushing PC stuff. Like here's Minecraft, whatever. It just makes so much more sense to this could be the Steam killer. You know, I know people are gonna get up in arms about that, but I think it'd be a really cool platform for them, and it would just take out one more console out of the market. But from a business perspective, I'll just say right now, I hope they don't do it just yet. But I do think that it's coming. You know.
So you do really think that they're gonna remove the Xbox and just fuse a computer with Xbox?
Well, the thing is that the Xbox itself is just a computer, basically. It's like a strictly gaming computer. So, and now that you have a platform that people love, an OS that people actually do love with Windows 10, it's like it would have been a perfect timing for them to say, hey, there's no Xbox 2. Like after Xbox One, everything's just gonna be cross Xbox One and Windows 10.
I think it'd be really expensive. That's why. I think that's the only reason why they have these two separate consoles. Because it'll be way too expensive.
I mean, look. I mean, the thing is, this is why I love consoles. Because for me personally, as tech savvy as we are, and sometimes I think that we're actually more tech savvy than even what people believe they're tech savvy. Because because of the fact that people are always saying, you know, PC master race and stuff. Okay, which that's fine. But the problem is that these people are using that same PC to do their business work, to do their homework, to watch YouTube, whatever. If I was gonna have a PC for gaming, it would be a PC rig built from the ground up for just gaming and a separate monitor just for gaming, and that would be my gaming system. I would not ever touch the internet with that thing, besides multiplayer and downloading, you know? It would be literally all empty except for Steam or Xbox, whatever, you know? So, which is really funny because the PC master race claim that they are the master race, and yet they use their same PC for multiple stuff. You know,
yeah.
I would have my own laptop or PC for my, you know, Word or whatever, but that thing I would only touch it for gaming. That's why I love consoles.
Yeah,
it's
two laptops.
It's literally just for gaming. So there's no argument there with the whole PC versus thing. So again, I think that Windows 10 and Xbox could really come together in a really big way.
Yeah,
creating that symmetry.
Again, I think it's the prices. Because I think somebody who tried to do that, or looks like they do this, is buy Alienware. Because Alienware is like super expensive, and they come
cool.
pre-built and stuff. So I think that's the next step that they have.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah, I think Dell bought Alienware, which that's crap.
It is. Okay, so moving on. Once I saw the Bandai Namco logo, I was like, what the hell is going on right here? I suddenly woke up. It was right
Power
here.
Rangers.
And then I saw the From Software logo. I was like, okay, Dark Souls 3. So they just showed a trailer, some gameplay in 2016. That's nothing else to say other than I'm pre-ordering that thing for day one anyway.
Do you know what it looks like?
What, Dark Souls 3?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
It looks like Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
So that's all,
actually, I wrote down that it looks, aesthetically, it looks like Dark Souls. I'm going to take out the Dark Souls 2 because I hate Dark Souls 2. It looks like Dark Souls. But the combat looks like Bloodborne.
You know what?
Big time looks like Bloodborne. It's so fast paced. People were actually
people are gonna
down.
die. Okay, because that game it still looks hard. Like
Bloodborne is the hardest game I've played so far from the Soul series. But Dark Souls 3, it looks freaking hard. Yeah.
It's like, especially the fast pacedness, you're gonna die.
I know, it's gonna make it that much trickier.
You're gonna have to rebuild that Elite controller over and over.
Yeah, don't use that Elite controller for this game. Keep it away from Dark Souls 3. So then moving on, this is the one we were talking about a lot. Homefront, Deep Silver came out. This is probably the most unexpected, you know, kind of reveal that we saw there. I mean, we knew the game was coming eventually, but I was waiting for them to announce Homefront's been canceled at this point. You know, there's been so much, you know, a lot of messes going on within that Homefront team. But Deep Silver was there, and they showed off the Homefront, the Revolution trailer. It took me a long time to get, like, what is this game?
Yeah.
It wasn't until it went away from that boy who was talking, and when they showed off, like, the guns and stuff, I was like, oh shit, this is Homefront. I was thinking, like, is this XCOM or something? Like, it looked very much like that. It looked very, very futuristic and stuff, you know? I know it's CGI, but the characters themselves look really, really, really good.
Really good.
Really realistic. It's an open world shooter. They said that they showed gameplay from a single player, so they're gonna have a multiplayer mode that's separate, I'm assuming. There was vehicles, there's hacking, it's literally just an open world shooter. That's what it is. You know, very
stealing
and yeah, like all this kind of stuff. You're using like phones and computer stuff. It's like pretty much you're mixing Far Cry with like Watch Dogs, you know. So it's just open world shooter with technology and stuff. Technology seems to be a very big focus on this.
Yeah, hopefully this is what I wanted Watch Dogs to be.
I honestly I got some brink from that trailer. Maybe it's the aesthetic. It's fine. Yeah. We're the only two guys who actually bought Brink.
Brink was supposed to be awesome.
It was the chosen one. It was supposed to be balanced to the Force. I got some Brink out of there. I think it was like one time where he vaulted and stuff, and I was like, and again, the overall aesthetic of that kind of like post-apocalyptic, dystopian kind of future.
Dystopian more.
You know, it looked very Brink to me, and the hacking stuff reminded me a lot of Brink as well. So
yeah, so this is
really cool.
This is America going to war and another country came and took over.
Yeah,
which I think is so cool.
It is.
Like we already got glimpses of that in a lot of movies and a lot of stuff, and like actually seeing them succeed, I'm so happy about this. I wonder who it is. I'm guessing we're gonna blame the Russians because we like blaming the Russians. Well, America loves to. So I wonder who will be, or maybe they'll just like not tell you because everybody's in masks. Everybody looks like
that's true. And they're just like in white, you know. So yeah,
Chappie.
Yeah. So
let's do this.
Next up was FIFA 16.
I don't know what that is.
They just excuse me.
Don't
Sorry about that. They just brought out some guys just talking about legends and bringing back a lot of German players and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I will say that the one thing I do appreciate about Xbox and Gamescom is that they alter all their games to show off more European kind of, you know, stuff. You know, like in the FIFA trailer, for instance, they were in FIFA and Rainbow Six. Mm-hmm. They showed off German, like they showed in Rainbow Six the German patches. Yeah. It's like, oh, so you can play as Germans. In FIFA, they're like, here are the German players. So I like that they kind of they cater to their market. You know, very, very good marketing. Just those small details can make a lot of people happy.
A huge difference. Yeah, because I would want that too. Like if I was somewhere else, or if I was
in Japan,
a Japanese game. Yeah, like I would like that. It's just I'm from here. It's like, oh look, they're actually talking about me. Yeah. Like they're catering to me. Yeah, it feels good. Just like one big thing. I know this is not movies, but Captain America. Like they just call it the first Avenger over there, rather than calling Captain America everywhere, because you know the UK. I don't want to watch a movie called Captain America. Like right now, if they release Captain Japan, what? Why am I watching this? Or they just call it the first Avenger. I'm like, oh cool, because it has to do with Avengers.
I know. I remember like Guardians of the Galaxy in Japan was like super cool, fun team or something.
Yeah, super cool space team.
Yeah, so which sounds like an anime.
That sounds awesome.
It does. So yeah, it's those little details that shows that they do care about their audience. Even in the beginning of the whole conversation, they had the German head of Xbox come on and he was speaking in German. So yeah, really, really cool little details right there. Okay, then we got a whole bunch of Halo stuff, which was really cool. Did you see the Halo Xbox?
Oh yeah, I did.
Beautiful, really, really cool. I still think that the Destiny PS4 is like the new one is dope. Like probably the best. What is it, the Fallen King or whatever? Destiny guys are screaming right now. Like the Fallen King or whatever it is. This new DLC, that Destiny PS4 is beautiful. But this is probably the best aesthetically pleasing Xbox One that I've seen so far, and it's 1 terabyte, which I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and the good thing is that this is actually a game, unlike Destiny.
I know. Exactly. So, no. I don't like that bundle for the game. I just want the PS4. Screw the game. I'll cover it. I'll put
rub it off.
GBD sticker on top of that or whatever. But Halo. So they showed off Halo 5 multiplayer, which was like, okay, whatever. Can I just say that those shout couches were annoying as heck? You know, my biggest problem with we have to do a deep thoughts in esports. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like we really do, because my problem is that they always try to present it as like how, you know, let's say basketball does it or whatever. Yeah, but the problem is that you're switching so fast from camera to camera. I'm like, wait, who am I now? Who am I now? Yeah. And it loses. Like, I know what they're saying. They're like, oh, you know, he's carrying the flag, and you can actually throw the flag, which is cool. I didn't know that. You would know that. Halo. I'm sure everyone does that. That's
old
dope.
Halo. We did that Counter Strike.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah. So a bunch of old games. That
Really, I've never played a game where you can juggle the flag.
Yeah, the problem with it is that I don't know if they're gonna keep this, but when you have the flag, you are slower.
Oh.
So when you start juggling, you can start moving faster.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why. And then
that's
they took it off.
Yeah.
And then they took it off because that. Also, I don't know if they're gonna keep that too, but when you had the flag, you could only use a handgun because remember you're holding a flag and you have a handgun. So with this one, you could actually use this rifle.
Yeah. Those are very hardcore elements that you don't see even in Destiny. Like you don't see in many shooters. So that's cool that they kept it.
They took it off before because they thought it was cheating. But I'm happy they put it back because it is a skill.
It makes it harder.
This is a skill that you learn.
Yeah, it makes it both harder and it can make if you master it, it can make it like I was thinking techniques of like, okay, I'm gonna throw it on this ledge and someone's coming, but shoot it first, go back up, grab the flag and whatever. So that's really cool. But anyway, so they showed off some really cool fight multiplayer, and then they showed off the Xbox One that I really liked, which is the controller console decked out in Halo 5, like that blue aesthetic, and then it is 1 terabyte. So I was literally waiting for this Xbox all year. We were talking about this actually since launch. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was unexpected they finally. I forgot about that thing because I already decided like I'm gonna have to skip the Xbox One for now, but we'll get to that. Moving on, they showed an interesting Just Cause 3 trailer. They've already shown so much gameplay from it, but it's always the same stuff. I don't need to see anymore. Turn 10 came out. Forza 6 they showed off. Rainbow Six, another trailer. They showed off way too much of that game already. I just want to play it already. Honestly, the fact that they've shown so much Rainbow Six gameplay already is the reason why I'm not pre-ordering it. Because of the fact that I felt like I've already played so much of it just by seeing so many like different videos.
It's so weird how you're burned out by trailers.
It is. It's just too much. And believe me, you're saying to yourself like, oh well, you have the choice to watch or not. This is me avoiding those trailers. But even with the trailers that I have to have seen because of all these different conferences and stuff, we've seen hours of that game already.
We've seen a lot.
So I'm just like yeah, when I get in, I'm gonna play it. But I already know like what guns I'm gonna use. I already know the characters I'm gonna use. I already know what to expect. Like I'm not gonna be surprised if someone blows up the roof or the whatever. They're gonna climb in there. Yeah. We know that the little droids, they'll maybe check the floors, check the doors. We already know it. And because of that, I've seen so much of it that I don't want to get the season pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the same thing that I probably have with Call of Duty every year. You see so much of it beforehand that it's like, by the time it came out, it feels like you've already seen 2 or 3 hours of that experience, so that's already taken away from you. Yeah. It's like, just announce the damn game, show us that pre-alpha footage, sold me on it. That's all I needed to see.
Yeah, and then way later they show the actual footage. Like, it's like, oh, look, we polished this up a lot. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate, but I'm still excited for the game. I'm hoping that it will be fantastic, but we'll see. And then Rise of the Tomb Raider. I have a lot of stuff to bring about this game, but I have nothing to say. I'm tired of this game. Yeah, I want to get your take real quick on it. They showed off. It was a really extensive gameplay trailer. That it was like her kind of infiltrating this kind of like a small base of some sorts with a lot of guys there. They showed off like I like the camp aspect of it, where like that's where you customize her and you upgrade her levels and stuff. I like that concept of it. But anyway, what did you think about the whole gameplay? It is cool. It makes sense. This game, like for the most part, it makes sense. But I don't care about this game. I guess because I already played this game in Uncharted. I played this game before. It's just that's why I don't care about this game. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't capture me. So that's my only take on it. It's not Angelina Jolie. It was Assassin's Creed, basically, and that's something that really we said this with the E3 trailer that they showed of her climbing that like ice mountain. Yeah, that did not look like Tomb Raider. I watched like 10 minutes today, right after this conference, of the PS1 Tomb Raider. The one that that we even got to play like in demos when they used to give demos out and stuff. And it's her underneath the tomb with the wolves. It was just wolves and bears. I'm like, that is Tomb Raider. It was a shooting platformer, and this thing is just like this sexy adventure Far Cry. It looked at Assassin's Creed. Like I saw one of the articles was this is the most Metal Gear Tomb Raider's ever. I was like, I wouldn't compare it to Metal Gear, but people are confused. They're thinking that it looks like Far Cry. It looks like Assassin's Creed. Like she's crouching in the grass. I'm like, what is the point of this? Like Tomb Raider didn't have any of this stuff,
So the game itself looks awesome, but it does not look like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm not hyped for it at all.
It was a completely new take on Tomb Raider. That's what it is.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's just weird that at the very end, like, oh, by the way, there's some tombs in there. You know, like they show like a little clip of her in the tomb.
One tomb.
Like, okay.
She rated this one tomb. It's not tombs.
Yeah.
Rating tombs. It's just one tomb.
That's pretty upsetting, but you know, it is what it is.
I wonder if this one has a naked cheek.
Oh, I doubt it. I know, right? So and then
use my Game Shark.
I know, yeah. Seriously, you plug it in. The final thing that they showed off, which is kind of like this is our one last thing, which was kind of cool. I wanted to get your take on it because I'm not sure if you ever played this series before. But Phil Spencer said, okay, well, we have one more thing. 343 Studios came out, and I was wondering, I was like, where's Bonnie Ross?
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't present the Halo 5 trailer, and usually she always does. She's the head of 343 Studios, to my knowledge. But instead she came out and she's like, we're gonna explore this other series within Halo that people have been asking for, waiting for it.
Before you announce what it is, when she came out with this, I was like, they're gonna talk about that Halo show that I forgot all about.
That's what I was thinking too.
Seriously. Okay, so we had the same thought.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was thinking, they're finally gonna say what are the exact details with the Halo show or the Halo movie or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be Iceman again.
And then,
that's Halo.
and then she was talking about like a different series, and I was like, okay, well, is it Reach? Is it like a new ODST or something?
Yeah, that was gonna be Reach. So.
It was some. Yeah, I was thinking Reach, and she goes, you know, one that people haven't played in a long time, and I completely forgot about Halo Wars.
Yeah.
And they showed off the trailer, which is it's Halo Wars 2, which is I think is genius.
Yeah,
I think that
good timing.
Yeah, very very good timing, and the fact that it's like on this. It's the next year, you know. So you're getting Halo this year, and we're giving you another Halo next year.
Apologies.
If you're a massive Halo fan, that you guys should be freaking out right now. That's awesome. That's a really big fan service move that they did not have to do,
and also that we never expected. Like this was unexpected.
Yeah, Halo Wars didn't even sell that well, you know. But I loved the concept of that. I love the fact that they're like, okay, here's our main Halo series every like 2 years or whatever. But in between, we're gonna give you this very spin-off thing where it's like it's a real-time strategy game. You know, it reminds me of like when I used to play Lego Rock Raiders. You know, where it's like you have your base and you send out vehicles and you control like a little army and you know whatever. So that's Halo Wars. If you haven't played it, you know, go watch some gameplay on YouTube. I love it. I love it. Although I don't even play Halo to begin with, so I'm not gonna play this game. But if you're a Halo fan, I'm sure you guys are excited. So. Overall, your thoughts on the Xbox conference?
We got a lot. It was really cool.
Really long.
We got a couple of good games. I still don't know how I feel about Scalebound. Like, okay, yeah. I don't like the name.
Oh, really?
I don't like the name Scalebound. I don't know. I
like it. I
don't like it. I think anything bound, I just don't like. It's like, this is where we're going. We're going to Scales.
Yeah.
We are Scalebound.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It is weird. It has a weird identity crisis, but it's cool.
Yeah. I do like it just because I'm a DMC fan, so I got a lot of DMC from here. I'm a Final Fantasy fan. This reminds me of Final Fantasy 15 because Final Fantasy 15 will be open world.
Yeah.
And the fighting style reminds me of it. The first thing when the weird jewels came out, the first thing I thought it was Scott Pilgrim, the movie. It's
dude,
like, ooh, cool.
I'm not even kidding you. When those jewels came out of the monster, I was like, is this Nintendo 64 or something? I was like, what is going on? And then did you see like when he picked up the little mine from the monster and said like, oh, you got a stun mine.
Yeah.
Then when he held it, it was like this saucer.
Yep.
I was like, what is going on? Is this like? I was like, did we go back to Nintendo 64? Like, it felt like when those little jewels came out, it was like when you jump on, like when you're Glover and you jump on a monster or you're Banjo-Kazooie and all the honeycombs come out. I was like, what is going on here? It's so weird. It looked really out of place, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know, that's cool.
I hope the soundtrack is good too.
I know, yeah. That would be dope.
When I first was watching
I hope that honestly it's just electronic. I think it's really cool.
That'd be nice.
Like really dancey electronic.
Yeah, because I think the problem that DMC had was that the soundtrack, I wanted it to be something and it became something else. Because one of my favorite musicians, Combi Christ, was actually involved in making the music, but the actual real composer for it was a band called Noasia, which is whatever to me. And Noasia was a little too soft for electronic, and the Combi Christ that they pushed to make was too metal. And it's a weird dynamic. So this one, I just want that electronic, awesome, gets me in the mood. I'm gonna kill people.
Yeah, more likely this is the kind of game that it's really not gonna matter what they're talking about. So just put subtitles on, and I'll probably just put Spotify on, and I'll be listening to like Kanye to this.
Okay.
That'd be actually pretty dope. Actually, I'm thinking about it, or put on some DJ or whatever. That'd be cool. But anyway, so
that was my game.
That was your game.
Mm-hmm.
It was Scalebound. Okay, that's the best game you've seen.
Bad name.
Yeah, I would have to say it is really between Homefront and Scalebound for me, but I'm gonna say Scalebound as well.
Wow.
That is actually for me that game that says. I mean, I would say this between these three games. Well, let's say two because these are the ones that are exclusive. Scalebound and Quantum Break.
Mm-hmm.
Those two I feel like are system sellers. You know, you have like the hack and slash one, and then you have your shooter.
Yeah, those are actually two really good.
Two very different mechanics, both third person, which I love. Homefront, if you're into first person shooters, there's another one for you. We're overloaded, we're oversaturated with first person shooters. But look, I'll say this really quickly. First, let's say real quick with these other conferences. Tomorrow, 1 a.m. is EA. That one I'm going to watch, just not at 1 a.m. Well, knowing me, I probably will be awake at 1 a.m. Tonight. So if I happen